Hello everyone, in this video I will talk about the important concepts that you should have when studying biology. So first of all, our first concept is gonna be matter. What exactly is matter? Matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. So does a ball contain matter? Does a book contain matter? And even does an atom contain matter? Well, it's true for all of these three cases. They all contain matter since they take up space and also have mass. Next up on the list is the element. So what is an element? An element is a substance that cannot be broken down into other substances by chemical reactions. For example, when we have carbon, can we break down carbon? Well, technically we can't. Can we break down oxygen or hydrogen? Well, the answer is no. So these are, for example, elements. The elements that you can find in the periodic table, the ones that are in these little spaces, those are considered elements, right? They all have their atomic number and other properties that I may explain later on. Next up, we have the compounds. Well, a compound is a substance consisting of two or more elements combined in a fixed ratio. So you remember when we talk about elements? Well, if we add two or more elements, it will create us a compound. For example, if you combine two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen, what will it create? Well, it will create one molecule of water, right? There are some other examples such as methane, which is carbon plus 4 atoms of hydrogen, and ammoniac, which is nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen. Alright, so now that we have the compound, the elements, and the matter, we can now talk about the four most common, we can say, elements. Right. We have Chon. C-H-O-N-N. When we go back to the periodic table, C is what? Well, C is carbon, right? Then we have H, which is hydrogen. O would be oxygen. And then would be nitrogen, right? So what is the high importance of these four element symbols or elements and such? Well, only these four elements make up 96% of living matter. That means that the other 4% would be the remaining elements in the periodic table or some other ideal elements that we'll maybe cover in next videos. Also, about 25 of the 92 natural elements are known to be essential to life. That is a fun fact for you guys to know. Lastly, what do we have here? Well, there are elements, right? Of every type, sort, and shape. But here we have one important one, which are the trace elements. What are the trace elements? Well, are those required by an organism in only minute quantities. For example, we can take the iron or other minerals as well. They are used to be nutritious for our body. For example, helping our tissues or our bones. And when there is a deficiency, it is mostly rare, but in some cases it may prove fatal. That's why, for example, many diseases like osteoporosis, when there is a deficiency of either calcium or phosphorus, right? So these trace elements are very important for the nutrition in our body. Other examples are chromium, cobalt, or iodine. Thank you for listening to today's explanation of what are trace elements, what is Chon, or carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, what are compounds, what are elements, and lastly, matter. Thank you so much. In next videos, I will talk more deeply about all of these concepts. Thank you.